Oh, you're welcome.
Oh.
All right. Being 7 o'clock, I'd like to call this regular town board meeting to order. Fire exits are out the door and to the left, should that be blacked out the door and to the right. AED located directly on the wall across the hall. If everyone will please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence for the deceased residents of the town of Hamlin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We did not have a pastor sign up for tonight, so we will pass on the location. Clerk, please call the roll.
Baxter,
He's excused.
Boko, here. Horvat,
Here.
Yeager,
Excused.
Peters.
Now come to the public forum portion of the meeting. This is the portion of the meeting where the public gets to address the board. We have sign-in sheets. Paul Smith, Phil Smith, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Apologize. State your name and address for the record. Try to keep your comments to the entire board. Stay on one topic for 3 minutes or so. If you want whatever you got to say to be entered verbatim in the minutes, you'll need to provide a copy of that to the town clerk. Otherwise, it'll be paraphrased. Okay, so.
My name is Phil Smith, 751 Walker Ontario Road. I did have some paperwork for you, but I lost it on the way here. I was out in Brockport, and currently we're right now living out in a hotel in Greece, 390. We had a house fire last Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't know, day, something like that. I think it was the 8th. And so we can now live in the house right now. Not going well for the family being that far away from the house. I have 4 children, my wife, who's a stay-at-home mother, 2 dogs, and a cat. We currently only have room for 2 of the animals in the hotel we're staying at right now. We have to have somebody watching the cat. My wife hasn't slept in 3 days. She actually just passed out before I even came here. That's why I was late, so I apologize. I'm being tired. The point is it's a constant running back from Greece. We do have a company looking for something closer for us to get into that's more in the area. It's pretty much gone nowhere at this point. All 4 of my kids are in school, 2 at St. Paul, 2 at the Village, or 1 at the Village, 1 in North Williams. And, you know, my dogs are, I have 12 acres of land, my dogs are used to having 12 acres of land, they're not used to being in a hotel room. So I come before the board pretty much to ask to the ability to place a temporary trailer on my property, to use that as our living residence while the remodel is done on our house. It is something that my insurance company offers. They did tell me there's actually 2 currently in New York. They do winterize them. They are prepared for, you know, they have some in Wisconsin and Michigan. They are prepared for, you know, the type of climate we have. They require a 50 amp circuit, which is easily can be put on my house, and I would do that. I have a pass-through box on the outside of my house, so it's literally just a matter of plugging a breaker and putting an outlet to it. They require water, which is right in the same location, and a sewer, which my septic tank is also right in that same location. You just have to put a 3-inch clean out coming out of the business side of the sewer to tie into. They insulate it, and, well, the trailer is insulated, but they insulate all the exterior pipes, if you will, make them prepared for the winter. And our main reason for wanting this is kind of like I said, everything we do gets done there. Right now, we're waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to get, we got 3 different start times for school because we're 3 different schools already. It's a lot on my wife. She is a stay-at-home mom, but she's not a NASCAR driver, so she's not really taking everybody everywhere. It's hard on my animals. Like I said, they're used to what they're used to. Not, one's a German Shepherd, he's the size of that table right there, and he doesn't really fit well inside a hotel, and I'm sure the maid isn't really happy he's there either. And furthermore, just, one thing that I didn't even think of, but they warned me from day one is the security of the place. It's people get to know that it's not being occupied after a while. And my driveway's 500 feet off of the road. If somebody was back there, you would have no idea they were back there. You couldn't see my house unless you're coming up the driveway. So I guess plainly, I'm looking for permission to put a temporary residence of a trailer. It's a 37-foot trailer long. It's fully extended, has 3 pop-outs. It's full width. It's somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 feet. The place I want to put it, I got pictures for you. Again, I apologize. I have them on my phone, but that's about it. There's plenty of room. You still have access to the driveway to get in and out. It doesn't really change.
What's the time frame you're looking for the first question?
I was just thinking to that. So at this point, it's very preliminary. Nobody knows. My insurance company is hoping for 4 months. I've heard as long as 6. So what I pretty much was going to ask is for not to exceed 6 months, and if for some reason I run into a problem, we'll all come hang out again and see if I need a little bit of extension or something. But it shouldn't take that amount of time. It was located in the kitchen, the fire, so the kitchen, the bathroom, the downstairs bathroom, and the laundry all have to be completely done. I can isolate the water to those places. I'm not turning the heat off, obviously, and point being, if we needed to, we could occupy, the other bathroom in the house. The trailer does have 2 bathrooms, 1 shower and a laundry. But if we had to, we could kind of bounce in and out of the house. Anything like that.
I don't know if you have any code that allow us that. If you under like a special use permit.
No, there is no code, for that. Cheryl went up there this morning. The board could make a resolution, because of the situation to allow it for a certain amount of time. And use specific rules if they so choose.
And how quickly are you looking to do this? Obviously,
That's fair.
yeah.
I truthfully, so the trailer comes from Tennessee. You're talking probably 3 days to get it even here. Maybe once I get approval. I told them I was doing this today. Depending on how this goes, I will have to then return the call to the trailer company, who then calls housing company, but then calls my insurance company, and then they play it all back the other way again too, once they get the answers, so. I would say early next year, I would hope to have it sometime. I mean, ideally, I'd like to have it before Christmas, because that's gonna be a real fun day.
Yeah.
With 4 kids.
Yeah, that was a question I got today. I was saying I'm gonna find the house for your Christmas lights. They're moving the whole time, that was a fun one to do. But, you know, they're just, well, that was the other thing, is they're used to, like I said, 12 acres, they go outside and play. Is the trailer big, or, you know, I definitely am not gonna be exceeding any of Governor Cuomo's, people inside the trailer, because they wouldn't even fit if they wanted to, so it's not for that, it's for sleeping. And it's,
Who's, your, I think you said you can possibly occupy part of the house, is it smoke damage, is that what the issue is?
yeah, it's all smoke, crazy what smoke will go into it.
Yeah,
And
so-
everything. It's smoke and stuff, so we lost everything in the house because of smoke. So toilets, clothes, everything. The walls and everything cosmetically, or, you know, foundationally, is fine, with the exception of the kitchen, but everything else has to.
And who's good at doing the work? Do you have an outside, you're not doing it yourself?
I am going to help to speed it up. I'm gonna have a contractor that's gonna do all the, you know, renovations, if you will. I'm leaning towards the deal for that one. I'll have a painter, obviously. Paul Davis is doing the mitigation, so they're doing all the cleaning, and the laundering. And then, if there was, I don't believe there is, because the house has been updated, you know, through the years. It was built in 1850, but it has been updated through the years. If there was, asbestos, then that the abatement would be also done. There was, but I don't see that happening. They're gonna test for that specifically, but nothing has started yet. It's all just been.
I'm not trying to pry specifically, I'm just, you know, one of the first thought in my mind is, you know, we don't have a code that allows this, so if we do make a resolution of some sort to allow this, you know, it has to be kind of closed in, so that we're not in a situation, we don't want to be bad guys either, and this drags on and on, and going to have to say, okay, look, yeah, you know, whatever.
So that's what I was,
And you gotta get it out of there without.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, so,
having the work complete.
like I said, I mean, I feel confident telling you 6 months tops. Mostly because either me or the trailer is leaving after 6 months.
And you don't own the trailer, correct?
No, it's rented by my insurance.
The insurance company.
It's rented and it comes fully, possible.
I would just caution the board that if they make such a resolution, they're setting a precedent for the future. And, you would have to be very specific as to why you were doing this and allowing it to happen, as we do not have a code for that. Because we will have other residents come in the future and say, we want this because we get it for him. So be very specific if you do. Okay?
Turn it up. So we get all that
I mean,
verbiage out
you
there.
can just put in there, unless your name's Phil Smith, you cannot have one. So, that'll narrow it down.
Well, here's what,
How about a fire 2 weeks before Christmas, or else you can't have one?
we do have another town board meeting on the 23rd. I don't know that I want to try to do something tonight, just because we want to make sure that we do it correctly. And we want to be fair to you too, as far as how it's written up and so forth, unless you can get it together before the end of the meeting. I don't know if you want to try to do that or not.
No, I'm just kidding.
But that would, you know,
Right.
if we can, I mean, I guess we could take a consensus vote, that's, if fine to allow it, or?
Can I ask, I know you said you're 12 acres, but do you have neighbors close to you on either side?
No, I
or
have
your
a
land?
farm field on my south side and a farm field on my north side. The closest house to me is probably 700 feet away. And that is actually currently being flipped. Nobody actually lives there, they just come there to work on it. Right now.
And have you talked to anyone, any?
I did not. I just spoke to Cheryl this morning. I didn't really have time to reach out to them. I do know them all. I don't want to speak for them, but I would not be nervous even asking them. I'm sure they would go along with it. Like I said, I mean, you're not going to see it anyways. I have a little pine tree that blocked my entire house. So, you know, as far as they're concerned, it's not going to look different than any other guy that has a trailer stored in their yard. But it'll at least look like somebody's living there. So I don't get my house used. I do have 2 outbuildings too that are perfectly fine. But, you know, aren't really guarded.
You're doing a job, well, everything.
Yeah, I would entertain it too, wouldn't I? But personally, my own opinion is I would extend it a little bit beyond 6 months, just because I know how insurance companies work and just to give yourself.
I mean, I'd be grateful that I didn't want to come in here and ask for the moon and the stars. I just want half of the moon and all the stars. So you know, if I got 6 months, I would take that. And then, like I said, by 6 months, I could move into one room there if I had to, and still have a bathroom on the one side and eat a lot of fast food or something like that. You know, I just thought you know, truthfully, I could probably speed up everything and do that not right away, but, you know, within a short period of time, but that's not really a good way to live. It's gonna be kind of like living out of a box, um, instead of a rectangle, so.
Well, we understand the issue, I think, and I guess the 3 last time, I mean, I would kind of take that. Just under the circumstances, obviously, you're not trying to do this for recreational properties, you know, it's a situation, and, especially since you don't even own the trailer, and that's gonna be, they don't put them out there forever, so, you know.
No, I don't.
You know, I might, if you actually own the trailer, I might have some reservations about it, because that's where I'm gonna be running the open-ended.
I have a trailer to pop up and.
Yeah, that would be
So,
But the best we can do at this point, I don't know we can get it together tonight, but we do have a board meeting on the 23rd of December, which is only that weekend that board. So we might probably be able to make a decision that judge the straw poll here, we got 3 minutes that we should be. Well, I think the attorney could be very fast. Not really, so protect everybody involved.
Not the phone of being there by Christmas, which I think is what you're probably hoping for, but.
yeah, when I spoke to the trailer company today, I didn't specifically ask them that, but, you know, they have to stock the trailer still. It is a 2020 brand new, so, you know, they still have to put all the equipment in it basically and then drive it out there.
It'll get you close, you might have to, Sam's got to take another loop around or something.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
well, I'll have to wait at this point to hear till the 23rd before I can give them the all clear to get going. So yeah, definitely there's gonna be a record. Great benefit.
New Year's.
New
New Year's, so. Yeah, we're sorry for your situation, it's a difficult situation, so. Yeah, so come back on the 23rd and.
Okay, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Good nights. Does anyone else wish to address the board? Okay, well, seeing no one else wishes to address the board, we'll close the public forum portion of the meeting. Preston Town Board resolution to approve the special town board meeting minutes of December 3rd, 2020.
Oh, no.
Then we'll table that one until 23rd. Preston Town Board resolution to approve the regular town board meeting minutes of November 25th, 2020. No, you good, you were, all right, well, we'll table that one. Forgot you weren't here for that too. Preston Town Board resolution to approve the payment of bills from the respective funds.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Nay.
Motion carried. Supervisor, nothing to report, acknowledged, filed. Requesting town board resolution to authorize the following budget transfers. They are listed in the agenda. I will stipulate the list in the agenda, so I don't have to read them. Yeah, clerk went over, and we'll have another one as the working and paying out for retirement situation. So the staffers' salaries will go over double people there for a while. Engineering, that's related to the sewer, excuse me. Election inspector salary is related to that the governor authorized hazard pay budgeted. So everybody got an extra $2 an hour, I believe.
Is there something that we can go back over in the CARES Act?
No. And payroll, unfortunately. I'm not sure why the drainage salary went over that, but I don't know whether it's just, writing out time sheets and so forth, I would just keep that in mind a little bit. And that for the bank fees, just keep that a lot on it, so.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
The link, it will, yes, yeah, that'll all get put back.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Motion carried. Preston Town Board resolution to authorize a stipend to be paid for school tax collection for Hilton Central Schools and Rockport Central Schools. The total amount of $3,300 to be dispersed to payroll, the town clerk, the deputy town clerk, as the town clerk's split.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried.
Requesting town board resolution to renew the intermunicipal agreement between the town of Riga, the town of Hamlin for the transfer of unclaimed and abandoned dogs from Riga to Hamlin for a period of 1 year from 1/15/2021 to 1/15/2022.
The agreement we have a part from the
No, this is
just for any unclaimed.
Yep,
They
strictly,
bring here.
Yep. That's what we have with Gates and Child and, all this other towns that are farther out. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Requesting town board resolution to authorize the supervisor to execute the agreement for right-of-way usage by Empire Long Distance and payment of said usage at the New York State rate of 26 cents per foot and $200 per transverse crossing, and a one-time payment of $2,000. This is the result of the negotiations with Empire, with Verizon, and so forth. The state had actually got finalized, the state put a law in place in the last few months, trying to publish that law at the rate it's over here. So everybody was implementing it, that's what the state's going to get over that. So it ends up to be $1,289.98 a year. That does have a slight escalation agreement per year to it. I think it's 2%.
That's similar to what the other agreement.
Yeah, it's very similar. And it's a 50-year agreement. They automatically would go out 10 years. What else do you want to know out of the whole deal? Otherwise, it's pretty much just another very low agreement. Basically, they're paying us for finding things for usage of our road. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Requesting town board resolution to extend the appointments of all appointed employees of the town of Hamlin from December 31st, 2020 until January 4th, 2021. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Requesting town board resolution to approve the decommissioning plan for the proposed Helios Hamlin Solar Farm at 980 Redmond Road is presented to the board.
So moved.
So that's, I don't even look at that, like, you look at that. Did it seem like someone looked at it?
I questioned JP on that, and he told me that was correct.
Really?
Yep. I did talk to JP about that.
Not the plan, it's just
Mm-hmm.
that's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. That's all the business I have. Steve, do you have anything to add for resolutions for this evening?
That's it.
Well, and we'll do some reports real quick. I did get a thank you from the Holcombs and Chase Road for replacement of the signage down there. We're very, very grateful for that. We did finalize the IMA's CARES Act with the county, so got those back and signed, so now all we need to do is wait for payment, which seems to come before the end of the year, so that's good. We know it has to, it's supposed to spend all the money before the end of the year. Got the governor's office working on trying to work through the whole sewer district formation issue. He's contacted you.
I talked to him this week too, yeah. That's right, that's fine.
Gave you your contact information. So they're working around on that. Certificate of waiting. In the conversation, we also discussed fishing access for Senior Creek because already contacting the governor's office also works with Hamlin. And they're working to time their water releases to help with the fishing, grazing streams and Oak Orchard, Sand Creek, and so forth that are outflows to the canal. And they've been looking at Hamlin with Sand Creek access to increase fishing access and cold, and I said, well, we have to do that too. You know, they don't have any property, it's all private. It's, you know that you spent this money on that driveway, Lake Road, and there's no place to go. Everything else is private right there. That's pretty much all they got, and they're aware of that. So we discussed locations, and they're actually talking about budgeting money to procure private property. They also want to partner with towns. We have Scout Park, which is in Sandy Creek. And so we talked about that a little bit. He's gonna put a proposal together to do some improvements perhaps there, in partnership with the town. Have fishing access other than just this little spot that they mold up. So we'll see how that goes. That'll be interesting. We have a couple conversations with that. We'll have to, the whole board is here, but we did receive 2 applications for the zoning board. So we have to decide whether 2 is enough or if we want to try to throw an ad out there again to get more people. This is difficult this time of year. Anybody responds. It's obviously with other advertisements we've had, it's difficult to get anybody to respond. So both people have previously applied for positions without naming names. So they aren't unknowns. At least the zoning board's a 5-year term versus a 7-year term. And my thoughts are we should probably try to move forward just because the times I talked to Rocky, landlords would barely have a forum. So,
Yeah, I'm just moving forward.
what I'll try to do then is I'll try to I'll contact them both and try to schedule something between Christmas and New Year's. And, being only 2, we might be able to make a decision that evening. So hopefully it'll be an additional meeting before. So that's pretty much what I got at this point. That's personally local.
Do we need a resolution for people?
Oh, you probably should, yes. Glad you brought that up. I
I
thought about it the last
just
time.
looked at it.
I never got anything. Do you have anything in writing, a contract from this gentleman, or?
The 1,300 one?
No,
The 1,500 one?
yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes, he did, he sent it in, and I signed it.
I never saw it, so we talked about it, but I never actually saw the.
Yeah, he did. If it snows tonight, we're all set.
Now it won't snow, because you did that.
Yeah, thank you. That's
Thanks.
best money ever spent. Well, I would make a, ask for a resolution to accept the contract from MJC Property Maintenance for snow removal at Charlie Meyer Lodge for the period of 12/8/2020 to 3/31/2021 for the amount of $1,500.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Yay.
Thank you. I completely forgot about that one.
I did it too.
If you can see the bill, yeah.
Right.
You're all set.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, now,
Zoning Board of Appeals. There was an agenda item for Huntington Parkway. A public hearing is scheduled for chickens, non-chickens, and chicken coop, and property left in the acre. The board has asked about the waste management plan. This individual compost waste in the garden, the movable heap. So that will be a public hearing next week. Another agenda item was for Roosevelt Highway, for 12/28 storage farm. He's looking for side setback variance. Side setback, okay. Public hearing scheduled for next week. And then there was a public hearing continuation from the previous meeting for, down on Depot Drive. These residents had a, 4x7 shed that was kind of like attached to their dwelling, but for the fire code and other codes, you can't have the shed, up against another, up against the dwelling. So they worked out so that they moved the shed over to, I believe, it's the east property line, and they just needed a side setback variance. Instead of moving it up. That was approved, there was no public comment. The chamber, I don't know, I reached out to them, I haven't seen the back to me.
Yeah, they're not,
Nothing.
no, we were supposed to have a meeting, they canceled, nobody could go.
Okay.
So, no, we haven't done anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Planning board, Joe went to the planning board for me, and, Hamlin, Walker Fire District. They've had 290 calls year to date. And really that's about, Jackie Smith was there, about on about the last week, other than that, it's all in the business. That's all I got. I guess you can do that.
Well, we've been doing some snow fence since no prisoners have come out because of COVID. So all the towns are trying to scramble. Actually, Sweden had jail guards come out and was helping them just because they were so bored and wanted to get out of the jail. But that was only for a day, and then I guess some lieutenant let me stop that. But,
So I would think it'd be better for them to let them out into the open and if you for the weekend, I would think.
I'm just trying to keep it segregated and everything. I don't know the whole, but whatever. We're not getting anybody, so we're gonna do all our stuff. So it's moving, but it's moving slowly. We finished the Kendall water line. That is totally done as far as what Hamlin is concerned. They're gonna do some restoration with them, but I would almost think they had turned it on. I did not ask them. They were gonna turn it on last week, but we pulled all the sample tests and everything was ready.
It's usually last.
He said he was gonna do it like Thursday or Friday of last week, but I haven't found the water recording. Anyway, we'll be submitting the final bill for that. Trying to get it into the end of the year meeting, so the end of the year. We finished everything on our Hamlin water line, except we've got the hydrants raised and valves raised, and except for our restoration. This time of year, you're not gonna, so it'll get graded off and seeded down next year. But, at least, it's worked, everything's ready. We finished all the pipes to the lake. We worked on them for about 4 days, and everything is, hopefully this will hold, because this don't know, I don't know what to do. This captain stick steel pipe sticking out there, if the lake wants it now, I don't know. Ordered 3 more loads of rock and barricaded it better and everything, and so I don't. We've been mowing the bridges and guardrails, county town roads and even the state roads. Some of them are a little bit dangerous, and the state didn't go around and mow any bridges at all this year. But we here on 18, we're over there by Reverend 18. So, over by the guardrail can be dangerous over there on Walker right there on the curve on the gun club and blocks. So we're doing that right now. We replaced our crane in the shop. We had replaced. That was getting very old and was giving us a lot of trouble. And it was built and installed and built in the 70s, early 70s, and it's getting hard to get parts for it. So we replaced that, which you'll see the bill next. We had to replace the hot water tank in the dog kennel. That thing got a leak and was going over the floor. Our shifts have started, so we have 2 shifts, 3 shifts, and run past now, weekends. Not yet. I watched it this weekend, it was a really tough weekend this weekend, but I'm looking into it. I have, well, I talked to you and some past employees and trying to find more. We've gotta have, for the county and state, we have to have COVID backup plans.
Yes.
So we're trying to get more part-timers and agreements with other towns that we would send one truck. And we, if they get told, we can really send one truck to them.
That was one of the things that was discussed on the supervisor's calls. I don't know how far it'll go, but, Henrietta was willing to sketch together, kind of what it would anyways, sure. Just for that, we always do things out here, and actually, most of them, so if, if push comes to shove, hopefully I would want to take that out, sure.
Okay.
Show it to the towns. Formalize the coverage that way.
Yeah, that's fine. It's a bunch of scouts and websites, Steve and Austin, Clark, and the village and Parma, we all kind of went off the same, we all kind of came in agreement on like a letter that we sent to the state that all of us were sharing and we're gonna maybe get more part-timers, maybe we're gonna help fill in case. And last thing is, probably, definitely got the tree decorated out front. I heard a few people, we were just busy with water lines and everything, but it's out front and decorated now, so. That's it.
Yeah, the small one, any questions? Okay.
I have nothing that, I know what's going on with it, but I'm glad we had nothing to do with that.
Yes, the fire department asked when I was at the meeting.
They have not done the wrong side yet, and the water authority will not turn the water on because they still have sample taps and they're sticking out of the ground. They have to come out, they won't turn it on because they have to drill underneath the road and tap the water main and everything. They're waiting to Clarkson. I don't know what's going on.
I was just trying to find an answer for it. There's some street lights.
We've been sending street lights in left and right, and National Grid is not doing an awful lot about it. No, they never have. Even threatened not to pay the bill and everything. I don't think they really care.
It's E-shift stuff that they do.
Yep. Yep.
E-shift stuff.
Right.
So if they're busy with other stuff with E-shift, then they don't fix any street lights. So it's just bills. It's not just Hamlin, it's whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so we just getting the phone calls and a week after they called you once, they call you again. So
Yeah,
I sent a message, I called and said, well, we need to call them again. Okay. Well, they're trying, it's just, they're not cooperating yet.
Thank you. Code enforcement, building inspector, Casella.
You starting done now?
Yep, he's done.
Okay. The department issued 41 permits, so things are still going strong, permit-wise. We still want to put additions on the garages and sheds and all kinds of good stuff. We received over $3,300 in permit fees and valuation for town up over $517,000. I've issued over 420 building permits so far this year, even with the pandemic. So I think it's pretty good. We did 13 C of O's and CFCs. A lot of them are special renewals. Phone calls are down from 173. 17 violation notices sent out for some vehicles, unlicensed vehicles, outdoor storage of junk and other items. And building permits have been issued for the garage fire at 2782 Hall Highway and for the house fire upstairs in the Lake House.
not able to save 1752 at the Halloween, and that's it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Recreation.
Okay. We are gonna be starting in January with, sports registrations that are gonna be opened up. I'm just gonna move forward in this effect with the intention that everything's gonna happen as normal, and that everything is gonna be okay by spring for the kids to play, because I have no other way, strategy to do this. So I think that's the best way to do it. So hopefully we can get people to register. In the best of times, it's always like sort of beating the bushes right before deadlines. I think there's gonna be a lot more of that this year, because I think people will be more hesitant for whatever reason. And some of that may be just apathy, because they've spent, 2 years not doing anything. So, since the last one, so we'll see how it goes, but we're gonna start taking registration in January. Santa letter thing, I think is a great success. We had 20 kids, who delivered, well, not me, elves, 20 kids, last week, and then 48 will be going up this, 48 will be going up on this Wednesday. And the parents are liking it, we even got a letter back for the elves mailed to us here. Very excited kids out there, so that's going out well. And the fire department is going to do a Santa drive-through on the 19th from 6 to 8 p.m. They're going to be going into the park from Soccer Lane. They would like people to use the east entrance to Soccer Lane for that event. And then they're going to exit in on Lions Way. So that little stretch, they're going to be setting up the trucks and lights and Santa and what have you. Available to the public free of charge, 6 to 8 p.m. And that's it.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Do you have anything, Art?
No, I don't have anything.
You have anything? No. Town clerk?
I do have a couple of things. I sent an email out about the records retention, new schedule. So it's a 411 page book. I haven't gone through it. No.
Come on.
But I did look through some of the changes that are happening. So I just asked all the departments to look to see what's changing for your department and what's required for the new records retention. We're all set with that. We've already approved and made the resolution to adapt it. So that's for 2021. I want to bring up paper shredding. It's a service we're thinking about adding to the department. Right now, for our records, they go in a locked bin, and they go to a company and they shred it. We pay for 2 bins. However, forever we've only been getting 1 bin. So it's maybe something that we can help recoup the cost if we provide the service in our office where people can bring, we're going to go with like a 1 cubic size, go by size instead of weight. And then they would pay for that, and then hopefully it would help recoup some of that cost that we're already paying for our own service. So. We did put it out there. There were some phone calls about it. Usually like this time of year, people are going through all of their stuff they want to shred. Anywhere else, usually it's by weight, like $1 a pound kind of thing, like at Staples or something, but we're right here. And I know in the past, we've had events where we've had the paper shredder come in.
But it should have come in, but the event got canceled.
Yeah, and it's very expensive to do something like that. What was it? $400 or $500, I think.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's a service I think we could add that might be for those that
can't burn it in their backyard.
Yeah, and there's a lot of moving calls. I mean, I get them too in the office, and that's why we thought we stick that shredder to into another event, you know, as part of another event, rather than just doing it exclusively, oh, yeah, it's a shredder event, you know?
Yeah.
So, I think that's a good idea, because they do keep calling. Having another event too?
What are you thinking as far as the fee goes?
Well, because other places go by weight, then I would have to get a scale, then I would have to make sure that scale is, you know, yeah, and service. So that's why we went with the size. So we have a 1 cubic size is $10. I'm sure it's probably around the same weight too. That's what we're thinking. Unless somebody else has other thoughts. Like I said, it can't be anything really a big need, but we have it. We're paying for it, so. The other thing, I think you had on the agenda is the dog license fees. And I know this year is different, you know, it's been difficult to get to the vet to get rabies. However, there are some that we remind them, we send them a postcard, we give them a phone call. We've even called them again to let them know about free rabies clinic. And then, you know, after that, we call and they go, oh, I haven't made an appointment yet to get my rabies shot. You know, how long do we go and how much time and effort do we put forward before, you know, they'll go to court, but right now court's not happening. I'm just looking at some ways to recoup that time and effort that we put out there.
Well, you know, we discussed it, and we were talking about late fees for licenses.
Mhm.
And I asked town clerk's office to do an informal poll of other towns to see what other places do. And it's all over the map.
Yeah,
From $1 a month to what was some of them, $50.
$50.
You know, it's a range. I mean, my thought, after talking to you about it, thinking about it a little bit, was, you know, $5 a month until we reach, you know, several months, and then the fee is going to be as much as the typically be.
Mhm.
So to add to the normal cost, and just to give people an incentive to come in and actually, you know, you're accruing a fee. Your $9 license is now every month that you don't pay for the license for $4 if you're in the. Yeah, you're all of a sudden now it's every 30 days it's $5 more, so you know, $5, $10, $15 yeah, that.
And there were a few towns that like use that kind of schedule.
You know, I think that would be reasonably fair. You know, we could set that at the organization. Yeah, Sweden.
Sweden?
I don't know if that's exactly what they did. I don't even remember.
I think there's maybe
I think it was. I think it was $5 a month.
Okay, I knew that the change they did, they had that. So. Well, we have a general consensus on that. All right, that's the organization. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. Probably should get like $50 or something. You know, I wouldn't want to be in a situation where we already having a fair amount of leniency from the courts with the dog tickets and fees anyhow. At that point, it would probably be pay the ticket or pay the fee, or the way one or the other. You know. So that's just one aspect.
So, getting ready for taxes.
Yeah.
We wanna make sure our painting is done before taxes start.
Well, seeing as there's no other further business, I would like to make sure that everybody has a very Merry Christmas. We have one more meeting before then, but if you don't choose to attend, then have a good Christmas.
No further business, it's a motion to adjourn.
All in favor? Aye.
Anything except for, emergency, things like that.
You're sure?
Oh, yeah,
It's probably not.
They said they do beach it, and I talked to them.
If you see flags from the water
Said,
authority out.
and if they got something else,
They
they come
got
out
somebody
and do it.
else.
But a guy in beach it,
Somebody else.
where they come out
If there's some water.
So they don't have a guy that's supposed to fix one. It's like, really?
Yeah, the water line goes down there and goes over like, I believe across.
I can't believe it. They have at least one person designated to go around.
Oh, well, you know what, it could be because, they would have to do some, test digs.
I just wanted to thank
The archaeological survey. So they have to dig a series.
I don't have the photographs.
Architects or-
My roll-ups and my thing.
So it's possible. All I know is I remember right, the water line goes down.
The
there,
leash log?
the Water lake, just go under there, don't we? Isn't that what we?
It's all marked out. Yeah, they call him design. All down the park.
In the code, it would
Well,
be
it probably is,
there.
if I had to
I know
guess.
there's,
For the archaeological.
I don't know.
Right.
You know, they
I don't know if
mark-
it's
they have to do digs
an
in certain
official law.
spots. And Walker Lake is where the
I
main.
just wanted to,
Right.
we got a couple
So,
people around there that
yeah.
left the charge for the roads to,
Yeah, so
You
don't
got a
get-
minute?
Yeah.
I'll go look it up right
Yeah,
now.
there's blue flagged all on the park, we down a bunch of the places.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably for the test digs.
Right.
So,
It's like you gotta do when you put a water line in, you do things.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is, right now, they're doing the archaeological test digs. That's what- I also have a letter that's gonna be going to tomorrow.
So if you find an arrowhead, it's blue.
Yeah, basically, another whole day thing, but whatever.
How often do they, how many of those bids do they do?
I don't know, they hire, there's companies that do this, because it's a specialized thing. We didn't have to do it on the Redmond Road one, because we previously dug south end. So we got a waiver of that, so the water line in the middle, and Moscow Road. They were already previously disturbed areas. So, but certain areas down there haven't been touched. Yeah, so they want to make sure, you know, you're not gonna waive that. So that's, you know, it's just, it's part of the thing. They're also, I talked to Scott's got signed a letter. They're gonna be sending out map locations to every household pretty shortly. They have everybody marked where their septic system is on the map. And any, landmarks that they need to know about, other barriers and stuff that they need to know about. So they continue to design as far as where the stuff is. So that should be, those that stuff should be going out here fairly soon.
I'm digging through some of these.
I'm not, yeah.
That is some old dirty fuel tanks. No, not too many very fuel tanks. I'll admit to, but we've cleaned ditches out down there. You're real close to the leach fields. Is that,